Hey, what's up everyone, Same Time Gaming here. Welcome back for the Division 2 build video. Well guys, today I have a pretty good build video for you guys. This is my, status effect build. I said in my previous video that I'm going to make a status effect build today, and here it is. Now, this is not just any damage status effect build. There is no damage in this build. This is more like a CC build, aka crowd control build. Now, with this build, you're sacrificing a damage and making sure that your teammate getting all the kills, and you're supporting your teammate. So with this build, you can do like control point farming, heroic missions, and also legendary mission. This is the build I use when I have to like speed run and stuff. So you can run like 3 DPS on your group and one guy running this build, and it will make the missions very fast because you're keeping the NPCs at one place. Like if they're coming out of a door, you're keeping them at the door, or if they're like standing in a place, you're just controlling the entire crowd in that room. So that's basically what this build does. Now, there are different ways to run this build. Previously, we used to run all high ends, but then comes the Eclipse Protocol gear set. Yes, you can't get wrong with Eclipse Protocol. When you're running status effect, any sort of status effect, you got to run Eclipse Protocol. So that's what I'm using, of course, in this build. Now, the way I run it, I'm going to show you. There are actually 2 ways I run this build, but I'm going to show you the one I run most of the time. So this is the build I run most of the time here, as you can see, 4-piece Eclipse Protocol and 2 pieces of Wyvern Wear. I'm going for the Survivalist Specialization because Survivalist Specialization gives me the crossbow that is very useful for taking down, the armors of heavies and all that. Also, I get that 10% skill haste when I'm in cover. It also gives my teammates 10% damage to target out of cover. Plus, I have that fire grenade, which is a status effect, of course, so it's helpful. And the weapon I'm going for is Everlasting Gaze, since I'm not doing any damage, although this weapon can do damage, because you can see headshot grants 50% status effect damage and duration. But we care about the duration of the damage here. It is a 16-second cooldown, but it's okay. Every 16 seconds, you're going to get a headshot and then use your right form or shock trap, and it's just going to work. And since I have, creeping death on my backpack, it will apply the perfect perpetuation to other NPCs as well. And also when your teammate get a kill, Eclipse Protocol will spread the perfect perpetuation talent around all the NPCs as well. The secondary, I have a Sweet Dream, because usually when I play legendary mission, I see like a purple healer. I just, form that healer and just rush him and smack him on the face. So that's basically what I do, but that's just me, yeah. Now, 4-piece Eclipse Protocol is very easy to farm in open world. Always comes with 1 skill tier, so you got to change it to status effect, the attribute, and that's pretty much it. The higher status effect you have, the longer your duration will be. So you make sure all your 6-piece has status effect. Now, if you're new to the game and you don't know what the Eclipse Protocol does, is 2-piece give you 15% status effect, 3-piece give you 15% skill haste, and 30% hazard protection. I actually have 40% hazard protection in this build because I have my watch, the SSD watch is maxed out, so I have 10% from there and 30% from here. All right, 4-piece give you that indirect transmission, which is your status effect now spread on kill to all enemies within 15 meters and refreshes 50% of the duration. So that's pretty sweet. This is the main stuff here for Eclipse Protocol that makes it too good. Now, I'm running 2-piece Wyvern Wear, like I said. Now, 1-piece Wyvern Wear, we all know, give you 10% skill damage. I don't really need that, but that 2nd piece, the 10% status effect is useful. You could use 1-piece Hana Yu and 1 Golden Gear, because Hana Yu 1-piece will give you skill haste 10%, and Golden Gear will give you 10% status effect. So you could use that, but then you have to farm those pieces in a perfect way, because usually Golden Gear comes with armor and Hana Yu has a offensive march slot. So you gotta need all the talents and attributes to be perfect to change the other things. So yeah, that's a bit of pain, but you can easily farm Wyvern Wear because it comes with skill tier, so that's better. Now, I have status effect skill haste and skill haste mod, and I have this talent Trauma. Now, you can't run any other talent than Trauma when you're running a CC build, because you're not doing damage, so there's no point of running Glass Cannon or Overwatch. Overwatch is acceptable. You could run Overwatch, but then you're not staying in cover most of the time. I mean, if you're sitting in cover most of the time, then yeah, do use Overwatch. But I usually don't stay in cover. Like, I'm not that person. I don't usually stay in cover. So Overwatch is kind of useless for me. So that's why I go for Trauma. And you're doing even better by using Trauma, because, you know, applies blind to enemy hit in the head. It's got 30-second cooldown, but every 30-second, if you hit someone on the head, you get a blind them. And if you hit them on the body or chest, you're gonna bleed them. The bleed is not that useful. Even the NPC bleeds, they will shoot you back, so that's not useful. But the blind, foam, and shock is. So remember, this Trauma talent, when you blind an NPC, this talent do work with Creeping Death. So if you blind an NPC, the Creeping Death will kick in, and it will blind the other NPCs around it. And when your teammate get a kill on that blinded NPC, then Eclipse Protocol will kick in, and everyone's going to get blinded. So basically, you have about 5 status effects in this build. I have the right form, I have the shock trap, I have, blind, I have bleed, and also I have the fire grenade that will do fire status effect. So basically, that's 5 status effect in this build. And like I said, the backpack, Wipe and Wear, status effect, skill haste, and skill haste mod. And I got the Creeping Death. Creeping Death works wonders. That's all I can say, guys. Now, in a situation like the NPCs are not close to each other, so you can't form everyone. So if you form only one NPC, that because they're out of your form radius, so you form one NPC, Creeping Death kicks in, everyone gets formed. So that's why Creeping Death is really useful. So basically with this build, when you're applying a status effect, you're Creeping Death kicking in, and you're forming everyone. When your teammate get a kill, your Eclipse Protocol kicking in, and everyone gets formed, or whatever status effect is currently applied on that NPC. So that's basically what happens. So with this build, you're constantly putting NPCs on status effect, and that is important. That is really important. This is so helpful for the DPS players to kill the NPCs faster, because the NPCs are not shooting back at them, because they're always in status effect. So that's why this build is really useful, guys. So yeah, I run it this way. You can run it a different way. You can go for like Vile Mask if you want to do extra like take damage. You could use that. And with Vile Mask, if you have maxed out hazard protection, then you'll have like 50% hazard protection in this build. So that's also pretty sweet. And you can go like one-piece Golden Gear, like backpack. This is the one I was actually using, this Golden Gear backpacks. With this, I have extra armor. But then you have to run technician specialization, because I'm going to lose one skill tier, so I have to use technician to gain that skill tier back. But then this is the way I feel is the ideal way, or the best way to run it, and I'm really successful by running this. Now your job is very important. You have to understand, you have to know where the NPCs are spawning, so you can always move forward, like move ahead of your team, and you know where the NPCs are coming, so you could like deploy the shock traps or like form them, and then your DPS guys will do the damage. So you just have to be very proactive or aware of the situation, because you're very important in the team. So you're doing the CC and helping all your group members. Now I'm actually going to show you that how the blind, like the trauma and everything, works with Creeping Death. So right now nothing is active over here, as you can see. So if I shoot the target on the head, my trauma, the blind effect will kick in, and also Creeping Death. So watch this. You see, Creeping Death kicks in, everything's on cooldown now. Creeping Death, Perfect Perpetuation, they all got blind. Now, when my teammate kills one of these targets, everyone's gonna get blind, it's gonna spread. So Creeping Death works with trauma, which is a really sweet talent. And that's why this is so important. And of course you have the form, which is like all the time you're forming them, and shock trap, which is shocking them. So this is the way I run this build. If you want, you can run this way. If you want, you can also run in different way. Of course, it's your choice. But this build makes farming very easy. You can, like I said, you can do control points farming and heroic mission and legendary mission. I was using this on legendary mission. Most of the time I do use it on legendary mission, because you can't go wrong with this build. You get 3 DPS player and 1 CC player running this build. Will make the legendary mission so easy. That's all I can say. And especially mission like District Union Arena, where the NPCs are within a room. So it's a compact zone, and you're fighting within a room, like I said, and you can control all the NPCs pretty easily, so they're not running away from you. And that way, this build shines too much. But yeah, you can use this way. You can run different skills if you want to. It's totally up to you. Take it as a template if you want to. And yeah, let me know how you feel about this build. And that's pretty much it for the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.